This lecture is about Raymond Williams and his book Culture and Society. I'm D. Elizabeth Glasgow, and I'm your host for this series. Like E.P. Thompson and Richard Hogarth, Raymond Williams was an adult educator, and like them, held to a nostalgic view of an authentic working class culture, in his case, the Welsh working class. Along with Richard Hogarth's book, The Uses of Literacy, and The Making of the English Working Class by E.P. Thompson, Williams' book, Culture and Society, is considered one of the founding texts of British cultural studies. Through a succession of writers, the book traces the evolving conception of culture during the previous 175 years. Williams' main objective was to treat culture as a whole way of life and to show that as conceptions of industry, democracy, class, and art evolved, so did the meaning of culture. For Williams, traditional notions of high culture was undemocratic. He argued that so-called high culture implied that working class culture was inferior. Williams believed that because schools and universities reinforced existing social relations, this bias towards so-called high culture was infused into the populace. Like Richard Hogarth and E.P. Thompson, Williams struggled with distinguishing an authentic working class culture from the popular culture he felt was corrupting it. But what he did identify as eroding working class culture was the commodification inherent in popular culture. Commodification is a term utilized in Marxism to describe the act of taking something in its original form, something that has meaning and value, and turning that artifact into something for trade or to make money, commercializing it. This commodification is socially constructed, and it can involve all aspects of our culture, things like identity, language, meaningful things to us, and turning them into goods and services to be sold and bought. So, within the Marxian purview, capitalism forces the working class to sell their labor to produce culture, thereby robbing the working class of its creativity and spontaneity. Williams argued that popular culture advanced by the mass media is neither produced exclusively for the working class, nor in any important degree is it produced by them. As Richard Hogarth and E.P. Thompson did, Williams wove into Culture and Society a critique of political economy, arguing that the dominant class controlled the transmission and distribution of the whole common inheritance. He made the case that communication went beyond just transmission. It also included reception and response. Now, the notion that reception and response is just as important in the communication process as transmission is a central thread that runs through cultural studies. In future lectures, we will talk about this more when we talk about media theories and the phenomena such as agency, hegemony, and the reception theory versus the effects models. For Williams, any theory of communication was a theory of experience. That interpretation, the way we understand society and our places within it, rely heavily upon not only our education and familiarity with the language, but also upon the whole of our life experience. In the end, Williams believed that changes in the way individuals and communities understand concepts like culture, art, democracy, reflect their everyday lived experience and the conditions through which they live. For Williams the scholar, culture offered up a special kind of map by means of which the nature of cultural and societal changes could be explored. That is to say, the development and evolution of these cultural and societal changes, as well as the reactions to them, serve as a map to guide Williams and others into exploring the nature of changes in social, economic, cultural, and political life. I'm D. Elizabeth Glasgow. Thanks for watching.